though there's trouble, all trouble is not a life and death situation. When somebody's in a car accident, somebody can't breathe, somebody pulls out a gun, somebody pulls out a knife, some man and broke their heart. They're standing on the bridge. They're waiting with a gun in their hand. They're contemplating taking a bottle of pills. This is a life and death situation. The things that are wrong in your life, you can change. The things that you don't like in your life, you can change. Every part of your life can come into order if you will learn this principle on today. The weapon, the force, the power, the energy that the Lord summoned in the face of trouble was the power of the spoken word. And you've got to learn how to speak to things. You can't just say, I want this to happen. You've got to articulate and begin to speak to situations that look like it's nothing. There's nothing existing, but you got to speak to it. Because whether you know it, it is a life or death. And the power of life and death is in your tongue. What determines whether you live or die, what determines how you live or die is in what you say. Our problem is we're not saying anything. And here comes Jesus, the Son of God, speaking to trees, speaking to mountains. You got to learn how to speak to your bank account, your checkbook, your credit card, your job, your body, your enemies. Speak to the devil. Speak to your kids. Woo! Speak to your kids and they will conform because the power of life and death is in your tongue. Look at somebody and tell them it's a life and death situation. There's stuff in your life that's dead. It's not alive. It ain't going to produce life. You got to speak to it. Speak to your dream. Speak to your vision. Speak to your future. Speak to everything that's not lining up with the word and the will of God. You got to speak to it and it will come to light. Call it by its name because everything that God created is tuned into the voice of God. You are too quiet to be going through so much hell. You are so quiet. You're going through too much stuff to be so quiet. You need to learn how to begin to declare the word of the Lord in the land of the living. As I conclude on this morning, there's some strange things that you need to start speaking to. You need to speak to anything that's out of order in your life. Stop looking at your present situation. Stop looking at the trouble that's all around you. Stop looking at how hard it is and begin to declare the word of the Lord. Begin to say it is written. Begin to say thus saith the Lord and begin to speak until things begin to change. Begin to speak until the heavens begin to come to earth. Begin to speak up until you frame out your world with the word of God. So say yeah.